Welcome to today's interview with an exceptional leader in the global logistics industry, Captain Pappu Sastry. As the CEO of ADHIRA Shipping and Logistics, Captain Sastry has been a transformative figure reshaping the logistic industry across Africa and beyond. With a deep understanding of the African market, he has pioneered innovative solutions that has positioned ASL as a key player in the logistics sector. Captain Shastri's visionary leadership is marked by a commitment to sustainability, technological advancement, and driving social economic growth. Join us as we explore his inspiring journey and insights into the future of global logistics. Welcome, Captain Shastri.
Thank you very much, Apurva. Good morning.
Good morning, and it is an honor to talk with you, sir. So, we'll get started by talking a little bit about your brief journey. So, if you would just tell us about your brief journey and also what inspired you to, get in this shipping and logistics field.
I did my schooling in Chennai, and after that, I had to make a choice between engineering and doing something completely different. So I had a friend's father who was a chief engineer on a ship, and I was very amazed with what he was doing. And I got into electronics engineering in Chennai, and but I still wanted to do something else, and so I somehow got in for an interview with a shipping company, and then I joined as a cadet with Barber Ship Management. This is I'm talking about 1990, and then I went on board ships as cadet, and then worked my way up to become captain. I became one of the youngest captains in 2001. I became captain, and I did actually my college in Chennai and also in UK. And once I became captain, it was the aim in life, and I was only 27, and I was thinking, what do I do now? So then I had to do something different from other captains. So I wanted to uh, try and do something other than just being a captain all my life. So and I have a lot of friends who are still captains. Nothing wrong with that. That is a fantastic life. And given the opportunity again, I would go back and do it all over again. But at the end, I think at the age of 30, it was when I got a call to join the company that I was working for as a captain. They called me to join the office. It was a company called Fleet Management, and I was in their Bombay office for 3 months, and then I went to Hong Kong. I stayed with them for 2 years in Hong Kong office. So after that, I was exposed to the commercial side of things. So I wanted to do something else. So I joined a company called NEPA Shipping in Hong Kong, and I joined as operations manager, and then I gave them a lot of ideas, and they were a Dutch company with German guys running, and they were very interested, and that time the market was going up, so they allowed me to experiment. So with a $50,000 equity, I started NEPA Projects and Investments in 2006, and then that company went on to become a $300 million company, and when I returned to 50,000 within the first 1 month, but I still kept the partnership with NEPA for all the 10 years that I ran the company. At the end of 2015, we started losing money. Before that, we never lost, so it was like something different for me that for 10 years I had a lot of success, and I had not seen failure. And probably at that time, that was the best thing that could have happened to me, that my feet were not on the ground. So 2015, I would say I started losing money, and I probably did too many mistakes in a row. So I did not know exactly how to control it. So 2016, before somebody else comes and closes NEPA Projects and Investments, we closed it ourselves. And then I went at the age of 42, I went and did a full-time MBA to understand what exactly I am doing. So I did a University of Manchester MBA for 2.5 years, and I joined a corporate life in a company called Asian Bulk Logistics in Indonesia, Jakarta. So moved family to Malaysia, and then I moved to Jakarta and started working there with ABL. They were initially a small company who had a very captive business, and then using, I would say, I would still credit my MBA for what I have achieved after that. So using my MBA, I could understand and grow that business and grew it quite substantially. So within 5 years, we were the second largest transshipment company in the world, and I had the network in Africa, and I wanted to grow in Africa. And Asian Bulk Logistics were very conservative, not to have a Dubai office and not to be in Africa as much as I wanted. So in 2022, I left and started my own company. Initially, I had a partner with Arise, and we called it Arise Shipping and Logistics. But the plan was always to have my own company. So 1 year Arise was there, but then we decided to part ways. So I bought Arise shares in ADHIRA Shipping and Logistics, and now changed the name to ADHIRA Shipping and Logistics. And we are focused in Africa on mining commodities, and we just announced to the market that we are going to do an IPO in London, and that is where we are with ADHIRA Shipping.
So that was fantastic. And so you've had this long-standing journey. So what were some of the core leadership values that have enabled you and guided your leadership style?
I think you learn from your own mistakes, and you have to let other people have the pleasure of learning from their own mistakes as well. Guidance at every step is also not necessary. I think people have to learn by themselves. Each person is different. You can't treat everybody the same. You can't think also that one lesson will be good enough for everybody. You can't give the same medicine for all the illnesses. So I would say the main thing that I have learned is not to run away from failures, not to accept that something is not working, and learn to say no. Learn also to tell people what you actually feel about them, and if you need some corrections, it should be in the good of the company and not what you want and what you like. I think a lot of people take it too personally, and I somehow can keep personal and professional separate. I would like to think so, and I think that has helped make friends, because they know that you're not judging them, and whatever you're telling them, whether they are working with you or not, people always like to be respected, and they want to be corrected only if there is a better good that can come out of it, not because you just want to correct them. You cannot align everybody to make them exactly like you are. I think you should accept that they are a different personality, they are different from you, and you should allow them to be themselves instead of trying to turn everybody into yourself.
That's fantastic, sir. So, you have a lot of experience. So, how do you sort of stay ahead of industry trends and ensure that your company remains innovative?
That's a good question, actually. Well, most people don't think about being innovative. They think about sustaining today's life. We have a grand plan. We have a bigger purpose, and I think most of the companies don't define their purpose. There is no need for every company to exist, in my opinion. I think the purpose of the company should be not to just make money for yourself, but there should be a reason for, if there are other types of shipping companies and logistics companies, what is the need for you? And you have to be able to define that. And for that, we actually do a purpose statement, we do a commitment, and we say, okay, this is what we're going to focus on. And in a way, I would think that we have innovated our business model to the extent that we are trying not to have we try to have a niche. We're trying not to be like everybody else. And I also hire people who are not from shipping and logistics background as much as I can. There are some like the operations head, you need them to actually have shipping knowledge. But otherwise, I try to take people who have different thought process so that they can bring fresh ideas and they can contribute. Even if they are very junior, they still have a different way of thinking and they can contribute better to your well-being or the company's well-being rather. And it actually makes it a completely different type of company. If you focus on a niche and you are not doing what your peers are doing, and I would like to think that I don't have any competition in the business that I do, and the risks that we take and the reward that we get out of it are completely disproportionate, and that is how it should be. Actually, that is the purpose of having the company.
That's excellent. And so you have a career spanning across decades and you've tasted success many times. So if you could just highlight some of your key achievements and key milestones in your career.
Key achievements, I think, with balancing your personal life with your professional life is very important. And I would like to think that my achievement is time management and managing the family life and being where I should be and prioritizing what I should be doing rather than working all the time. I want to be able to be there when my kids need them, be there when my wife needs me. I would also want to have other staff who have the same mindset, who actually also want to balance their life. But for that, time management is very important. And time management is something that I keep telling people that when a lot of people somehow think that CEOs actually don't do much, but that is the view from down below. But if you look at it, actually, the CEOs are able to manage their time and focus on many things at the same time. They can multitask and they know what is critical and what is required to be focused on. They don't want to focus on every small thing, and they know the big picture. And the good ones are the ones who let you uh, or let the staff decide on what they should be doing and what they should not be doing. And again, the focus that you should have is something more like uh, me first, and everybody has that focus, then they will all achieve something good. And the milestones as such in career, I would say when I uh, when I started my own company and in NEPA Projects and Investments 2006 in Hong Kong, when I achieved a lot of success with a lot of difficulties. A lot of things came to me. I was also in the right place at the right time. We exited some of the markets at the right time. We entered them at the right time. So there were a lot of good things that happened all in a row. It is also because you have taken the correct decisions at the correct time, and then you become complacent and start taking all kinds of decisions at some point, and then you see that it's not working. So I also think the milestone is the failure to be able to sustain what you are doing and to make it a bigger company than what it could have been by taking too many risks and by taking too many too many steps in the wrong direction. That I would still call my failure is one of the biggest milestones. It taught me a lot. It taught me how to rethink, recalibrate. And if everybody else's midlife crisis is to buy a car, I went and did my MBA and I learned something else. So I would like to think that the hunger for knowledge is important. And I never try to think that I know everything, but I also try to learn from other people, and I want to discuss, I want to brainstorm. Though it ends up always that people are asking questions and I end up answering. Irrespective of that, even when people ask questions and you're answering, you're still learning, and the thought process is going in a different direction because people ask some very interesting questions sometimes. And 2022, uh, when I started this company, then that year I got the IBJ award for Entrepreneur of the Year. That was a big thing. In Hong Kong, Lloyd's list in 2015 made a list of top 50 leaders for the next generation, and I was featured in that in the whole world. And in Hong Kong, there were a few of them. So I think that is some good recognition, but also it is recognition of what you have done right. But I also think that you should have recognition for what you have. It's not about, like they say, it's not about how much you have succeeded, but the number of times you have fallen and got up. And I think that has helped quite a bit in shaping my personality. I would like to think that I've changed quite a lot after that, and I try to think differently and work differently, and do things in a way that they can go on for generations. I don't want to think short term or don't want to think small, but at the same time also don't want to take the risk. So that balancing is a achievement by itself.
That's outstanding, and also congratulations on hitting some of the greatest milestones. So this brings me to the next question. What personal qualities or habits do you believe have contributed most to your success?
Personal qualities. I think the personal qualities, they keep changing as you grow. I was very I was not I would think that I was not very outspoken when I was in school, and I have learned to be hard and learn to be uh, alone and achieve things by being on the ship. The shaping of a person happens on a ship when you are all by yourself and you actually are uh, out at sea. You do have a lot of time to process and think about your own personality and also become a different person. So the inner strength and the inner core actually was shaped on the ship, and the strength that seafarers have is a completely different thing. You can ask any guy in Navy, and they are a different breed altogether, and they do become that breed by just because of the situations they have been in. So that is one thing that helps you. If you want, you can use it to your advantage to catapult yourself to any other place. And the other personal qualities I think are I would also list something like people wanting to talk to you, listening, and not really judging, and that is something that opens people up to you, and people come and want to talk to you, want to have a personal relationship, which then can manifest into a professional relationship, whether you actually do business or not. If there are friends, then they will help you sometime in life, and you do come to know who are good friends, who are not, when you actually are in the wrong side of your life. But at the end, it always will be that you will always need the society to succeed. So you will need the people around you. So surrounding yourself with good people is a skill by itself. Judging the people is not the best of my qualities, but that's probably because I don't judge anybody. And uh, but I also would think that I give them a long enough rope for them to hang themselves. So if it is for them to prove that they are right or wrong, and just because one person has done something with me, I do not give that discredit to somebody else and think that they also may do the same thing. It is sometimes blind trust, or it is just trust, which actually can go either way. But it has somehow helped me to have a collection of good friends in business and good friends outside of business.
That's such an insightful answer. We'll touch a little bit upon the future now, sir. What is your vision for your company in the next 5 to 10 years? You can also tell us or share with us the short-term goals or long-term goals that you're aiming at.
Yeah, for ADHIRA Shipping, we have made the announcement last month that we're going to be listing in UK. So on the AIM exchange, we are going to be listing by quarter 1 or quarter 2 of 2025 if everything goes well. So we have done our initial rounds, and the pre-IPO funding is already in place. And we want to try and raise $100 million in the coming few rounds of funding. But the listing we may do for 20 million and then go up. We do have some interesting projects in Africa and outside of Africa, but all relating to mining commodities, which we want to attract by actually being a company that has a good standing in financial and better cash flow than what we have now. We also want to grow in the market as a mining logistics and mining commodity uh, player who actually is differentiating by uh, going upstream rather than downstream. In the sense, mining companies tend to take over logistics companies. I want to be a logistics company who also can not take over, but can do mining or can get almost everything else from the mine to the buyer. I do. So the one step is to take royalty of mines and be able to run the mines. It is a cash flow intensive business and it actually defeats the purpose. But to get there, we have to do a lot of community development. We have to have so much more ESG procedures in place and people in place. So we will, the long term goal will be that. But in the short term, we are actually going to grow the people that we have and grow the number of projects we have. We are going to focus on critical minerals. So we are already doing a lot of lithium. So hopefully by the end of next year or 2026, we should be one of the largest lithium logistics players in the world. And that actually also means that our sustainability will be questioned at every term. And a lot of people don't do IPO because they don't want to be transparent or they don't want other people looking into their books. I want to be transparent. I want to do IPO. I want people to judge me by what we are doing, and they will actually guide me and they will regulate me to ensure what I promise I do. And that is an external force that will help rather than hinder. And that is the plan for now. For the next 10 years, I would say in 5 years' time, I want to achieve 500 million annual revenue. And in 10 years' time, I want to be a $1 billion company in annual revenue.
That looks like a promising future right there, sir. So this brings me to the last question. With the wealth of experience that you have and also the industry insights that you have, what is that one piece of advice that you like to give to aspiring business leaders and entrepreneurs?
I think the advice is overvalued. I try not to give advice unless people come to me for it. I think a lot of people think that they have to have a mentor, they have to have somebody guiding them. The best way of discovering what metal you're made of is to actually go and explore it yourself. You don't need somebody else to tell you what to do. I think aspiring businessmen, they will be successful for a very short time if they are following somebody. If they have to be successful in the long term, like I said before, I want them to have the pleasure of making their own mistakes. Let them find their own way. Let them try and uh, cross the hurdles as they come, and they will learn by themselves. The it is thunderstorms outside. The
Oh,
uh, the amount of hand holding that people require is very minimum. A lot of people who are like me, 30 years in the industry, 35 years in the industry, then you think that you need to handhold everybody. I don't believe in micromanaging. I actually give a job and I don't want to know work done. I just want the result. So how much work you have put into it, that depends on how you are and how you can handle that. So any entrepreneurs, I think of the purpose. Is there a need for you to have a company that is exactly doing what the other guy is doing? Means how many furniture companies are there in this world? Um, how many people are there who are doing exactly the same thing as somebody else? Try to differentiate yourself. Try to see is there a need and a purpose for your company, and if there is a purpose, then of course you should actually try to be focused on the purpose. And when you become successful, I have done this mistake, so I know, keep your feet on the ground and don't become invincible. Nobody is invincible. The burial ground is full of people who thought they are invincible.
That's fabulous, and thank you for sharing such wise words with us, sir. So this brings us to the end of the interview, and I would like to thank you for your time. You're an icon of excellence in your field of work, and you are a thorough gentleman. Thank you for bearing with us with all the technical problems that we've had throughout the video. But I want to thank you for your time and efforts, and for the patience for answering all of these questions. And I wish you all the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. Thank you and best of luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Have a great night. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you.